Hello and welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. As we play week 4 of Don't Look at Jeff, as he has put his new stuffy from Melissa on his head.
I was listening back, and I remember we were talking about me having a big hat in one of our other games, or big head, and I don't have any hats, and so this is my hat. This is my pirate hat.
This one is way too big for me.
Yeah. Look at Kipster shaking her hair. Like she's shaking her hair around like it's a Pantene Pro V commercial.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's maybe.
I need to chop it all off. I'm gonna go like it's. Look. When my dog gets a haircut, it's $150. So I can't do it on the same month that I get my dog's haircut, and he needed a summer haircut more than I needed a summer haircut.
150. Holy crap. That's a lot.
That's cheap. That's
crazy.
To be fair, and this is probably TMI but anybody who's a dog owner is they also do his anal glands, so it's great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
because that stuff is so expensive.
I mean, so is my barber, but they still don't charge 150.
TK, good job in 2 years. Holy shit.
Awesome. Thank you, TK.
I'll call that one out.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm sorry you had to go right after anal glands. So Jeff, guess what? I've gotten to episode 3 of Widow's Bay.
Widow's Bay? Greatest show of all time. I agree. Well said.
I still need to watch it.
Finale was last week. Fantastic. The show is awesome, start to finish. So good. I kind of just want to go into hibernation until I don't know, 2028, whenever the next season comes out, because it takes forever. I think I'm just going to do that. Just close the channel down, about 2 years, come back. Sure, everything will be fine. I'm sure the world wouldn't have burned to death. I'm sure everything will be great.
And
there's a lot of
Melissa
reasons.
To comment as the Widow's
There's
Bay.
a lot of reasons I want to go to sleep until 2028. A lot of reasons.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Is that enough time? Feels like there's still
one of two things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Either it's going to get better, or it's going to be like I'm waking up. It's Walking Dead. It's 28 days later. It's one of those two things, and I always feel like that would be kind of interesting. Like it would suck, but it would also be kind of cool in some ways. I'm like, oh man, I'm really in a post-apocalyptic. Like it's really happening. Like I wouldn't last long, but like.
No.
Once you couldn't get canned foods anymore, once you'd have to start growing your own stuff, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Cultivating plants is actually pretty hard.
That's why I'm a cannibalism fan. I feel like, that's another way of sustaining.
Well, in Widow's Bay, as they said, it took 4 days before the 4 days before the people of the church started to eat cannibalize each other.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Fantastic show. You're not even to the best episode yet. Episode 4 is it's the best thing on television.
Okay.
Just so good.
Oh, I could watch that show.
Yeah.
Apple TV, right?
Apple TV. Yeah.
No, here's
totally
the thing,
worth
Jeff.
it. Apple TV actually has a lot of good shows on it.
It does.
Surprising. I'm not a big Apple fan, but I like
Still
the
need to
TV.
finish. Still need to finish Severance on Apple TV.
So do they.
I haven't even started that one. But here's the thing, Jeff. Guess what? You run a YouTube and Twitch channel, and you know what that means? You can actually just make a TTRPG be Widow's Bay and run.
Oh no, I've already done that. I've already added a system to We're in Danger.
Oh, We're in Danger. Yes. Did you want to? Which? Yeah.
It's up on BackerKit. You should go. It's the teaser page is up on BackerKit. It's coming. We're going to do crowdfunding later this year, probably around spooky season in October, and so we're going to do a print run. So you should go. Click the follow thing, make me feel good about myself, give me confidence to actually run the damn thing.
Do all the like and subscribing.
Yeah. But I have a system in place to emulate Widow's Bay, actually. So I've literally been working on it for the last 2-3 weeks. So I'm very excited to try that out.
See, you get your geeky show, but I don't get Primeval yet. The BBC version.
Primeval's cool. We've had dinosaurs. Richard wrote one up that had a dinosaur, I think. I think it was Richard. I think he did it. Somebody had dinosaur when they were talking about. I think it was Richard. So we and we had dinosaurs. What am I talking about? We had dinosaurs. I did a whole
Yeah,
1915.
but not when I was playing We're in Danger, you didn't.
I mean, we can make that work. It's fine. There's lots of stuff. Anything can be in danger.
It's true. Anything could be in danger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that misses Primeval. Thank you. Okay, so our sailors of the Verdant Sea woke the morning after the festival of black and gold with a variety of goals. Flippin' Piite brewed breakfast tea. Issa dealt with her hangover. Apotheosis examined the hull and discovered their plate Leviathan bones starting to change to a gold and black striped pattern. And finally, Keelhook dedicated some time to reading the paths by tossing entrails with side commentary from Omsha. Oh my god, I just can't speak at all today. Omsha the Clawless, all equally important, from hangover to finding the path and planning for traveling through the Spireclin. Before heading off, of course, Apotheosis and Flippin decided to visit... What do you mean today? What do you mean today? How dare you? I'm in the process of reading. I don't need the peanut gallery over there. Before heading off, Apotheosis and Flippin Piite, God, you've really, really thrown me now, decided to visit the Kartoka Mapkeeper's Survey Office quickly to get some final information before heading to the Spireclin. However, upon getting to the building, they discovered it's still dark and soundless. Flippin looked in the window and thought he saw a body. Absolutely 100%, not because he rolled a terrible, terrible, terrible roll, which concerned Apotheosis enough for him to use his ghost hand to unlock the door. There was no body, but some obvious signs of packing, and the main map in the area that the Ironbound mapmaker was working on was now gone. After looking around, Apotheosis did find an old claw mark chart and a hidden plaque with the name Westingmore on it. Once back to the ship, they showed Issa the chart. Stop laughing in the corner. I can see you. They showed Issa the chart and confirmed the existence of a place, you motherfuckers, somewhere in the Spireclin called... I'm going to minimize the freaking group in a second here. Oh, God. These two down there. Oh, and Alex is just straight up gone now. All right.
I actually was just looking at my notes, but I was like, I have my notes right there, so it looked like I was...
It did. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Once back at the ship, they showed Issa the old chart and confirmed the existence of a place somewhere in their Spireclin called Hammerstrike Bay. With nothing else needed at the Kairizon, the Vomitorium was winched back down into the sea, sailing around Kaiser Mesa, the crew encountering olive gray leaves as the lagoon seemed to change from lush into stone-filled. The crew then could also hear the grinding of stone on stone against their hull, creaking of branches and the calling of long-beaked gulls, and the rustle of large insects down below. In the distance, a pale ghost oak ship pierced through by a large splinter of orange stone lay ahead. But as they traveled to it, Keelhook felt the follicles rise on the back of his neck before a juggernaut thistle jumped from the sea towards the ship. A fight ensued and ended with Apotheosis half over the ship railing, holding on to two ripped-off legs from the Juggernaut Thistle, and Keelhook needing to jump from the exposed floral brain that ended up jumping from the brain and ending up swinging from the ship's rigging above. So, as we build our world, I have a question for our crew. What are some controversial subjects in Gau, Ketra, Ektus, or Ironbound culture that you feel might be taboo to your society? Maybe it's in Gao, you're never
ask the
allowed not to
question
watch
again?
Widow's Bay. Maybe all Gao have watched Widow's Bay at this point.
What's
what
Do you
the
really want to
question
make Widow's Bay canon? Because you gotta
No.
be careful if you're gonna do
Absolutely not.
that. Okay.
I'll stop. Sorry, Maitri, did you have a question?
Yeah, just asking you to repeat the question.
What is something controversial or a controversial subject or controversial thing in your culture, in the Gao, Ketra, Ektus, or Ironbound culture? What do you think is something taboo?
For the Ektus, we never talk about where the cactus pear fruit comes from. It just
Oh,
we don't talk about it. We just get it.
okay. Interesting. So an Ektus will not talk about where the cactus pear fruit comes from. It is just something that you guys seem to eat sometimes.
Yeah, we just get it. Just sometimes we get one, sometimes we don't, and it's a very rare thing. But no one knows where it comes from. They only know that it comes like the Ektuses are the ones that have it.
Okay. Do you guys have it for any sort of special event, like a coming of age ceremony or a birthing ceremony or a growing ceremony, I guess would be more apt?
Yeah, I would say like I don't know if it's like in terms of like lore. I mean, this is how I imagine.
Lore
It's
is
just
what we
like-
make it.
So like, since like there's certain like cactus plants that like grow like the cactus pear fruit. So like I'm just imagining that that's still transferred on onto like the present day. So like some nectuses, or maybe all of them, they grow like a pear fruit on their body somewhere, and it's like you shouldn't be talking about it because it's something very private.
Okay, I see. All right. Jeff, Derek, or Maitre, did any of you guys have any ideas?
For you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you.
No, you.
I think, what Ketra believed is, art is subjective. It is hugely inappropriate to assume art has only one meaning.
Oh, interesting. This
We
would
are
cover
people
like
of vibes.
this would cover like art as in paintings and art as in
like,
music and art as in dance.
Exactly, and like her ink blots, that kind of thing. Like
Oh.
anything, nothing exists with just one meaning.
I like that as part of the Ketra culture. Got it. All right. I've gotten notes. Jeff, you were ready.
Yeah, so I like to think that the releasing of spores, like, so all Gao have the, we can really, we have spores, some of us release spores, etc., but it is considered a public faux pas to do it in public. It is, it's kind of like someone, if they were just in the middle of the street, just deciding to like urinate or something like that. Ooh. Or I went with the easy one. It's actually the other thing, but we're just going to say urinate. So like, it's a big faux pas, even though other cultures don't necessarily recognize it as such, like the Gao do it. So like, it's one of those types of things where like, go spore in private. Okay. Just go spore in private.
Is it especially bad if it's done in an elevator?
Oh.
Yes. There have been some very disgusting things that have happened in elevators in this channel.
Oh my
And I
god.
don't even think that a Gao sporing in an elevator is going to beat the top 5.
No.
Oh no. All right. So we've got releasing the spores in public. It's considered a faux pas. Does it cause a reaction in other Gao? Like, is it kind of I know I know we're not saying certain things, but is it also kind of like pheromones a bit? Like it causes people to get attracted to that gal, or is it like repulsive?
I think it's like I think it's one of those things that you're not supposed to be attracted to it, but some people have a fetish, you know?
Oh yeah, of course. Was it Rule 34? Mm-hmm. Yeah, huh? Of the WILDSEA?
There's a bunch of spore pornography somewhere in the WILDSEA.
Spore porn.
Oh,
It's
spore
just
pornography. Spore porn. Sporn.
Only
All right,
spores.
I'm writing down sporn. Sporn.
Spores
all right.
Illustrated.
Kill
Spores
Hook
Illustrated.
gets an Only Spores account.
Oh
Only
my god.
spores.
That's Proxima Rising's idea. That's so good. That's such a good one.
All right. So we're our name of the episode, Only Sporns. All right. Derek, can you beat that? I'm sorry.
No, not even close.
Right.
But in Ironbound culture, it is incredibly, or it's like, it's an immeasurable amount of bad luck if you do not loot a corpse, which is like the opposite of all the other cultures, because like Ironbound are constantly losing parts of themselves. So even if like your buddy dies next to you, like take something as like I'll remember you, but also like I'm falling apart too. I need to keep myself, going. So if you don't loot bodies, you're asking for bad luck.
All right.
Cannibalism's okay in your culture?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we don't eat, so
that's enlightened. I appreciate that.
It's enlightened. All right, so we've got some releasing of spores in public for the gal. We've got bad luck not to loot a corpse for the Ironbound. Don't ask where the cactus pear fruit comes from for the Ektus. And art is subjective, and it's inappropriate to think it only has one meaning for the Ketra. All right, let's then move off to our opening. For as long as there have been waves, there have been pirates. Most are, as you'd expect, cutlass in hand and ships kitted out for intimidation. It's half the point. A scrap can be fun, but the majority of marauders are happiest when they can do their work without having to draw a blade. And reputation helps there, almost as much as appearance. The most bloodthirsty you're made out to be in rumor, the less chance there is if you have to demonstrate it. But for some pirate crews, it's not about the blood. It's not even about the salvage or the prestige. For at least one, it's all about the words. Now, over on the Vomit, there's an overwhelming sense of loss that suffuses the waves of the Splinterkin. Oh. Though it's hard to pin down exactly what's missing. Before you lies the wreck of the Candaris, speared and motionless on a large orange spike, quietly waiting. However, Killhook, still you have the sense of being a prey right now. So, you guys have just taken out the Juggernaut Thistle. You look at this ship. You are currently anchored, unmoving. The sea is quiet, unusually quiet. Those insects and birds, those gulls you could hear before, kind of silent.
Can I get a sense, since I know we're being hunted or stalked right now, can I get a sense if that creature that we ran off is what's the source of this, or do I get, or if there's something else out there?
The creature that you sensed before, the one that the Juggernaut Thistle that attacked you, that you ran off, you had the sense that they were hunting you, but you realize it's left you like that. Whatever like pinprick that caused, there's just like now a cold sweat down your back where that creature hadn't even like touched you before. It was hunting you, sure, but it was an animal and you're used to those and you know how to deal with near Leviathan, large creatures that live in the sea. No,
Okay.
something else.
So Killhook's gonna like stand up on maybe like the gunnel or something. He's gonna maybe grab a line, and he's just looking out, and like maybe he like kind of holds one of his like finger stumps up to try to test the wind, and he says to everybody, "Don't get too comfortable. There's something else out there that wants us, or someone. Keep your eyes peeled if you've got them." And he is like just scanning the fronds as best he can to see anything that might be amiss.
Do you want to give me a roll to see if you can see anything? There's going to be a cut of 2 on this one, as an FYI.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, so he probably gets the sense that like there's something or someone of some skill out there if he hasn't detected them yet. So I'm going to use instinct for my edge. I'll use hunt. I think that makes the most sense. I'm observing.
Yeah, I'm happy to take hunt.
Okay. And so cut a 2, and then let me double check my item. Is there anything in my items? I don't think so. I don't really have anything that helps me see. All right. So this is just gonna be 2 dice then.
Okay.
Go.
Oh,
what did I roll, everybody?
God, holy shit!
What did I roll, everybody?
It's the return. It's the return. It's the return of the 6s. It's the return of the 6s.
So that
I
is
only
2
need 2 dice.
6s from 2 dice. That is a triumph with a twist. Okay.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh my God. I
feel
really,
bad almost.
It's all right. It's all right. In the distance, you are maybe a little bit up on the rigging, looking out across the sea, this sort of gray-green leaf, and you're getting used to the way that it moves around, and with these bits of mesa that have fallen off, these orange rocks that are almost like giant waves coming up and having this ray of orange above them and piercing the skies above you like towers just next to you. There's a silence to this lagoon, and the waves don't move. You don't get as many sort of bloom bursts that you would see, and the tides don't move the same way. And because of that, because you have a triumph with a twist, well in the distance, almost impractically far away for seeing it with the naked eye, you see the shift of the leaves in an unnatural way. Something is moving slowly and steadily towards you. A distance yet, but hunting you.
Do I get the sense it's like above or below? Like
below the waves. Something is traveling below the waves. Something, from your perception, you can see that the sort of the movement around the waves appears to be about the same length as a ship, one might say.
All right, so then he'll like point off starboard or whatever direction it is. He's like, starboard, there. And then, like, obviously you guys won't say anything, but he'll say, something's coming on us hard. It could be another ship. Possibly. Hard to see from here. Make ready.
Do we want to stay here, or do we want to have that ship at our back so we don't get hit from behind? Omashaw the Clawless comments.
Killhook looks to everybody in terms of I just want to take all of this. So like, what is everyone's thoughts?
Should we like turn around or like dodge it or something?
It is coming from behind, so sure, starboard and to the back of the ship. The stern?
We could stern's right, I think.
Yeah.
The bow is the front, stern is the back. Left is port, right is starboard.
Okay, so it's coming from the stern.
Okay, so he'll say, we could lower it. into a trap, make you think we don't see it yet. Find a position of advantage.
Yeah,
It's a
maybe
good
shoot
idea.
something at it. You know, make a counterattack.
Do we want to let it know that we see it? Right now, they think they have the element of surprise. But we actually have it. We know they're there. They don't know that we know they're there.
We have anything nearby to use for like a trap?
mean-
There is the ship
He does.
that is in the water right now. So the wreck of the Candris, it is a larger ship than yours. Yours is a small ship. This is a large ship, which is pierced through by stone. So it is the most solid thing around you if you wanted something to use, maybe to cut line of sight with. Otherwise, you're kind of out in the open. There's like rocks here and there, but that's kind of the most notable structure in this area.
We could make like an evasive maneuver and have it crash into the larger ship.
We could start making it seem like we're leaving, but take a bearing that puts the ship, the wreck, between us and it, and then about face, and come back and hide, and the shadows that the big wreck provides us. And then we'll be the ambusher.
This big place. I think that's. I'm just making my googly eyes like look at Killhook and like, we got to do that.
Okay, so if you guys are
All right.
going to try to deceive this ship, someone's going to have to run helm, someone's going to have to roll for the ship, and then we're going to figure out what everybody else is doing as well. So who's taking the helm first and foremost?
I'll take the helm.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's usually Issa.
It is usually Issa. All right, so Issa's grabbing the helm, getting ready the wheel. Apotheosis, what do you think you would be doing in this moment? Or would you reply to Killhook, or?
Sorry, I was looking for the ship's stats,
Armaments.
'cause I lost my tab. So I guess I can stand ready on the acid spitter. What do we use to? Where are the controls for the crane? Are they next to the Viper's Tooth?
Yeah, so in my mind, your ship is a smaller one, and you have a crane on one side, probably about the midsection of the ship. You've got a crane so that it can winch over stuff, where the acid spray is more near the front because it comes, we were describing it as vomit a lot of the time. So it would be coming close to your lamprey mouth that spews it out near the bow.
Yeah, I guess then I would just station at the Viper's Tooth, just waiting to do like a reactionary type of attack.
Okay, the vomit is going to vomit. Flippin' Pete, where do you think you would post up?
Maybe somewhere at like, I believe it's called the Crow's Nest, where it's like at the top to like, take sight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, and be like, I'll report like, it's coming closer, like, and then, help people like maneuver and time things, right?
Okay, so if you do that, here's what I'm thinking is you will be able to give a +1 roll to whomever you're helping, but you get it to do it one round per person kind of thing.
Okay.
So you got to choose
good.
it and call it out.
I could use the help with navigation right now.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good. I think, yes, I probably needs it the most then, yeah.
Yeah, we can absolutely add it to the ship roll. Issa, you will be rolling with the ship stats, just as an FYI. Killhook, where do you think you would find yourself in this moment?
Yeah, if Apotheosis is going on the Viper's Tooth, I guess I can go on the winch claws if they get close. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'll probably man that.
Okay. So, that brings us to our roles. So we have 2 people on kind of weapons, 1 person in the crow's nest helping, and then we have Issa taking the help. So Issa, you're going to start us off, and I would like you to roll me a... Ooh, it depends on how you guys think. Okay, so if you're being deceptive, if you want, this could be a speed roll or a stealth roll. I'm willing to hear an argument for tilt, but from the sounds of it, I think speed or stealth would be how you guys are currently describing it. Now, stealth is 1 dice, except Killhook is on board, so you get 2 dice, where speed would be 3, but the waters are a bit dangerous, so running at speed would be a cut of 1, which would be 2 dice as well.
But I get the +1 from Flippyn.
You would, yes. You would get +1 for whatever you roll.
I'll,
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
If I remember correctly, our boat is spec towards tilt, correct? With like 3 dice.
Yeah, if you can make an argument for tilt in how you're describing it, I can take that. And yeah, it's 4 dice.
I mean, I just imagine our ship being able to do Tokyo Drift.
Yeah,
No matter the
like,
situation, you know.
maneuvering.
Okay, we're doing Tokyo Drift.
I mean, even speed would be an improvement over stealth. Like, even if we just went speed to move away, because that's still 3 dice plus your 1 is 4.
Yeah.
So, like, that should be rolling 4. That's still a pretty solid roll.
Yeah.
But
if you're okay with tilt, though, like the maneuvering of this ship.
I think from what you guys were describing doing, I think stealth and speed make the most sense. The Tokyo drifting, I agree, would be a bit of a tilt speed, but I think the middle ground is going to be speed. I'll give you guys the 3 dice with the +1 from Flippin' Piite, and I am going to need an armor roll afterwards for running through the rocks, just as an FYI. So
Flippin', I'll do the ship roll, you do the armor?
Yes.
That's all right?
That sounds great. So do 4 of the D6. Do you remember you do the white button? Okay, great, perfect. Yeah. And then Flippin' Piite, I need a 3 for the armor roll of the ship.
I got a 2 and 3 4s, which is a conflict and twist.
Okay, so you got 2 4 4 4.
Nice.
All right, and you got a triumph. So your armor, you guys start to pick up speed, getting ready to sort of whip around behind the wreck, and you're doing pretty well. You got a conflict, and the armor holds. You don't hear any stones, these orange stones piercing through the hull as you move. Thunk, thunk, thunk. But you're still okay. So with a conflict on this roll, it's a kind of wrench it to the side, whipping it behind the wreck, but you're not sure how believable it is. You do manage to do the maneuver, however, with a twist. Do you have a good idea for a twist, or anybody have a good idea for a twist in this instance?
No. You said there's a bunch of rocks and such all over the place, right?
Yes. This is the side of the Mesa that's just fallen into the sea, causing it to be filled with these orange rocks on top of this dull gray-green wave. Okay, so maybe it's a twist in this case is slightly beneficial. So maybe that helps slightly obscure, because we're able to move between them a little bit. It helps with it in some fashion. Let's say one of those large, sort of almost frozen waves that appear to be almost ready to crash down with the orange froth at the front of it just kind of helps cover your tail end a little bit. As you guys are doing this, Apotheosis and Killhook, you guys are prepped. Omashaw is like, yeah, she's definitely gonna ram us. Get ready for boarding. and he is going to yell that out as you guys see, because you did a conflict. She's not going to hit you right away, but you see a ship merging out from under, just a little bit off, just missing you by centimeters as you move away, and she kind of rams into the side of this frozen wave. You see a brown wooden ship with a railing and clawed or almost teeth, you're not sure which, appear all the way around the front bow of the ship. And unusually, you see sort of on both sides of it two large green, almost blue sails that are, you looking at them hurts because they're bright and filled with words. It's some sort of magic sail that's allowing it to move silently as it comes up, ramming into that wave beside you. You see a crew ready to board you, an Ektus, an Ardent, a Ketra, and a Mothrin, all standing and ready to go. I'm just going to give you guys this real quick. There you go. And you see kind of behind them in the distance a woman. She's got this wooden animal mask that has these pointed ears and circular eyes carved out of it. She's wearing all orange with these black sort of designs or dark brown designs across it. One hand, she's got this massive sort of sawed-off gun. In the other, it appears to be almost like one of those Wolverine Halloween toys where the kids have like the claws coming off the back. Don't give me that face, Derek. Off of the back of her hand. And she seems to be ready to go, and she yells, "All right, board 'em, get ready to fight." As you see sort of ropes sort of hanging from the bows and the sails of this ship. There he is. Let me just pop that in here. There we go. All right, so they missed you, but they were clearly trying to ram you. I'm going to say Omashaw looks ready to yell at the crew, and they're ready to try to swing over and ram you. Killhook and Apotheosis, you guys had, let's call them readied actions. If you would like to, you can absolutely try to hit their ship right now. Or you can do other things, like what are you doing with the wench? What are you doing with the acid? Are you going to burn the sea? Are you going to try to like knock them off ship a bit? What's the plan?
They're gonna try, what's the distance between their ship and ours?
They are right close to you. They came up kind of to, they're side by side right now. They were trying to ram you and you dodged out of the way, so they're coming up beside you on the starboard side, and
so they can just jump over. They don't need to like swing over.
They are going to try to swing over right now, but you guys had held action, so I'm giving you the opportunity to react first.
I mean, if they're going to try to swing over, then I'm just going to burn the ropes so they can't do it with the acid.
Okay, burning the ropes. That is a great idea. So the ship armament, I will need you to roll me a saws with the ship, which is 3 dice. I'm happy to... Oh, wait, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong... Yep, saws 3 dice. So I was looking at her ship for a second. Spoiler! Saws have 3 dice. So roll me a saws with the vomit weapon. As the tigerine cursed ship sort of starts to huck and gets ready to vomit. All right, here. Oh, yep, there's a Derek roll. That is 1, 2, and 5.
It's still a success.
Just barely. It's a success. Yep. I saw the 1 first.
All that matters is I get the 1 roll.
It is true. As long as you get that 1 roll. So, Derek, I'm imagining something, but how would you describe the vomitorium vomiting on these ropes?
Really, the only thing that my imagination comes up with is that the smell is particularly bad, so beings that have to breathe just don't enjoy it at all. But, I don't know a good visual to add to that, and it's probably best that I don't.
All right. We don't want another pooping in the elevator incident. That's fair. So you guys almost feel the shuddering of your ship as if it's almost like bucking a little bit before, from the lamprey mouth, this acid sprays directed by Apotheosis, the tilt allowing you guys to move a bit sideways and hit along the side of the Neversheath's claws, cutting through these ropes where people were standing at the railing ready to swing over, and it just falls under. You see the Ardent kind of reacts to the smell. I would say Tetra doesn't have a nose.
The reason it smells so bad is because Killhook forces the ship to eat the worst leftover bits, so that's why.
That's fair. That's fair. Killhook, it smells like acid over ripened meats. Just like home. All right, and Killhook, what are you doing with the winch, if anything at all?
Yeah, so you had described there was a big, you say it was a big flag or banner. What was that thing that you were describing? It was very bright.
They're sails. You realize that they actually have old school sails on either side. There's a picture in Discord. There's actually sails on either side of this ship that's allowing it to move near silently. That's what's allowed it to creep up on other ships in the vicinity. Like when you found the ship in the early section of the lagoon, it had described that there would be no sound. It's got some sort of bone structure that's holding up these neon blue sails with the words just kind of scrawling across it. It's impossible to look at for too long. Maybe there's a sense of electricity in the air around it.
Okay. I was thinking of trying to fire the grappling claws for the winch claws, because it's a bank of short-range grappling claws. So I was thinking of trying to fire them at one of those, whatever side we can get to, and trying to pull that stuff down on them.
Oh, okay, excellent. Okay. Let's say, I think this is also going to be saws with how you're using it.
Okay, gotcha. So, all right. Let me see if there's anything in my edges that might help me here. It's not a dimly lit area, right?
No, I'm afraid it is not dimly lit.
Okay.
So it's a lot of glowing neon lights right now, in fact.
Okay. However, my snare set, the specific ability says count conflicts as triumphs when readying traps, snares, or ambushes, and we were setting up an ambush.
It's true. I'm willing to say conflicts can be triumphs in this instance.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So I'm just going to go. All I do is roll from the ship stuff, right? So it's 3 for saws. Okay, here we go. I don't know why I worried. I forgot it was me that was rolling.
That is a 611 from Jeff. Still a triumph with a twist. Okay, so you get this array of winch claws, pulling it up. Usually it's faced down so it can grab a bunch of just driftwood in the sea, but instead you pointed at their sails and shoot, wrapping around shockingly a number of points on the mast that's holding the sails. They've got 2 masts on either side of the ship, and you wrap it around one of them, pulling it aside. You see the bone that holds it up start to bend, not quite snapping. There's some sort of magic that's allowing it to be stronger than expected, but you absolutely have bent it out, and you see the ship start to, whatever tilt they're having seems to be affected by this, and they have a lack of maneuverability. They're pulled to the side, and they're yelling and pointing at this, but they are unable to move properly anymore. You've got them pinned in a way, I would say, almost.
Awesome. So the twist, so since they're kind of tilted,
Yep.
Could the twist be that some of them fall off, like they slide off the ship?
Sure, yeah. You watch as a few slide out, grabbing the railing at the last minute, barely holding on, but dangling over the sea. The Ketra and the Ektus are holding on now from hanging on, as the Ardent and the Mothrin are standing on the rail almost sideways. The queen herself seems barely affected. It's almost like her boots have been like spikes in the bottom of them that allow her to step in and just lean back a little bit. She's clearly very competent. But she's not sliding. A bunch of her crew have been affected. They're going to have to use actions to get either themselves back up or use wave walking to get out of there. All right, so let's now go into more of a standard turn as you've had your readied action go. You watch as the queen points and yells towards your ship. Who has a... What language would she use? Who's got Chthontic? And I know I'm not saying that right.
I'm pretty
Contic?
sure I do.
Pontic?
I think I do. Give me
You do?
1 second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh. Wait, I have a bunch of things open and I forgot which one my sheet was on.
All right, hold on. I'll just quickly take a look at your language.
I have 1 pip.
Okay, so your understanding of this is poor because you only have 1 pip, but you get a few words of this. She says you think 3 words, but you understand only 1 of them, and it's heart. And as you hear her say heart something something, it's you, all the crew feels a wave of a whisper starting to warp reality, something you're very familiar with. She said a whisper in a language other than Low Sour, which is unusual and shocking, because that you've only ever heard them. And you'll find, okay, hold on, I need to roll 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to find out. 1, 2. So Derek and Issa. Actually, sorry, it would be Derek and Flippyn Piite because it would roll over. Derek and Flippyn Piite, you guys find that and Apotheosis, you have no heart, but suddenly it feels like you have a beating heart, and you look towards Flippyn Piite, and Flippyn Piite, your heart starts to flutter as well, and you look towards Apotheosis, and you guys, almost unbidden, hold out hands to each other and grasp them. And your hearts start to sync up. You can feel them for some reason through the pulse of your hands as you grasp each other's hands strongly. And you don't think you can let go. You think you have to be together for this.
You have such big, strong hands, Apotheosis.
Yes, thank you. It's from all the doors I smashed. Your hands have such a finesse to them. It makes sense how you can brew tea so quickly.
Man, you're making me blush, man.
If I could, I would.
All right, so you guys, you find your hearts are beating together. When you fight, your actions and reactions are going to take a cut, but they happen at the same time. Essentially, you are working as one person now. All right. And with that, who would like to react first? Is now the crew's turn to react or do an action.
If no one else is going to go and we're not yet boarded and we haven't boarded them,
Yep.
He'll pull out his spore slinger and he'll kind of hurl it at whoever is still standing on the edge who didn't fall
Sure.
off with the tilting.
Okay, give me a roll. You usually use hunt for that, I want to say.
Yeah, hunt's usually my I use that for pretty much all my attacks. Okay, so do that, and then I'll do grace with agility and precision.
Makes sense.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So blast and toxin are different types of damage, just not like AoE versus single target, right?
No, it's just different types, yeah.
Okay. All right. Here I go.
Which are you using, blast or toxin?
Let's do. Oh man, they are because they're tigers, huh? Or like they're tiger people or whatever.
Yeah.
So that means. Does that say anything? Does that?
Does that speak to a different type of damage to you?
I'll just do blast, unless I know any better. So yeah, I'll just do blast. Okay, so here I go. Okay, that's 2 5s. So conflict and twist.
All right. So you huck a blast spore at the crew of the Never Sheath's Claws. You see more people other than the 4 around the railings are starting to like open up some of the ports down below, kind of shocked at the sudden tilt of their ship, and the raiding party not making some sort of call to indicate that they needed to come out. And you hit I believe the Ardent that was still standing on the rails with a 5. You watch as they still manage to grab the railing, not going immediately into the sea, but they're holding on pretty tightly now, and it's going to take them an action just to get back up. Yes. That being said, they're still growling at you almost weirdly. And what do you have an idea for a twist in this moment?
Like they're grabbing onto like the gun of the railing, right?
Yeah.
Can we say the twist is that that starts to break, and that they're on the that's on the verge of like 'cause so many people are grabbing onto it. It's going to snap soon.
We are doing a bit of a Titanic.
If they're not up quickly, they're going to fall. Yeah.
All right. So you guys watch as some of the screws on the little metal railing around the side start to come loose around the ship on the prowl of the decks. In sort of reaction to this, we're going to say the crew is going to start to try to climb back up, but I'm going to do a few things here. So first off, 1, 2, 3. Let's take a quick, oh my god, okay. That 6 came at the very end. I saw the 2 first. So with the 6, you watch as these crew members, the 3 that are hanging to the side, start to swing themselves like, cats on a curtain, swinging back and forth and causing destruction in the house, and grabbing onto the clawed or tooth sort of mantles that they have around the deck. They're holding on to that right now, and pulling themselves up. They're not able to attack you yet, but they have managed to swing themselves around, wasting their actions. The crew that was coming from below deck and are now kind of holding onto the door frame look towards the queen, and she kind of like gives them a collective side eye, and points to, since they don't have rope and the mast is bowed a little bit, she's going to point to the mast and clearly indicate to them that they need to climb up and swing over on that. That's going to take them a little while to do. They, however, while they're doing this, actually, yes. And then, so that's the crew action. Would Apotheosis, Flippyn, Piite, or Issa like to go?
I have an idea. Okay. Just to make sure I'm visualizing this battle correctly so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are our ships perpendicular to each other? They're parallel to each other, right?
For between you and Flippyn Piite, or between you and the crew?
No,
the actual ships.
The Vomitorium and their ship.
Oh, okay. So their ship is being tilted down, Titanic style. So they're being pulled sideways, and you guys are still flat.
My idea to destabilize the crew even further and to nullify the ones that grabbed onto the teeth to stabilize themselves, I want to try to use my Geist hand to just grab the wheel to their ship and just pull it as hard as I can so that... What's the thing that... What the hell's that thing called?
Rudder?
Rudder, thank you, that. So that the rudder basically goes in the direction that makes the ship lurch and either go full sideways or capsize, if that makes sense.
Okay, absolutely. I will say the Queen of Claws is at the helm, so you are going to take a cut of 1, but you can absolutely do this. And you and Flippyn are doing your actions at the same time. So you are going to do a cut of 1 for being with Flippyn as well, just by one hand, by nature.
Could I argue that for him, that because it's on a tilt, it's actually maybe a more open and easier shot, so he might have an environmental bonus there of some kind?
Yeah, okay. I'll give that to you. Yeah, I was so 1 cut for being tied to Flippin' Piite because of the whisper, but I won't give you a cut for the Queen being at the helm because the ship is tilted and they have lost their balance and are weaker. So that is just a cut of 1.
All right, then I guess I'll be rolling 3 dice total because between my skills and my edge, it looks like I'm only losing 1.
Mm-hmm.
Double 6?
There's a lot of 6s on that side of the table today. Okay. So that is 636. So you
Sounds like
managed.
a capsize to me.
Oh yeah.
Fucking awesome, dude.
It's 2 6s. I mean, he put it out there. That
is 2 6s. Okay. I'm just looking at their ship. Yeah. All right. Sure. With that, you guys watch as Apotheosis uses his Geist hand to wrench the wheel to and fro, and you see the rudder at the back of the ship start to rotate. They also have 2 large sort of spiked circles that clearly just help with the balance and maneuverability, and they sort of wobble and warp a little bit with the movement of the wheel, and you watch as the whole sort of ship starts to like pull against the winches that you have around their mast and then pull and instead get pulled further down under. Their tilt is so they were here and they've now gone and are probably at a 25-degree angle from being completely capsized. The fact that the winches is holding the mast is probably the only thing keeping them from going completely upside down in the waves. But it also means that their ship can't balance itself back out and straighten afterwards either. The buoyancy is messed up on their ship right now.
Can I make an argument that considering we've damaged the gunnel and that they just climb back up, that when this mega tilt happens, that they just fall off the ship and break through the gunnel at that point? Like the crew should like if it's 25 degrees, a broken railing, they have nothing stable to grab onto.
Yes, I would say, especially since there is a twist on this one, that you are seeing some members of the crew fall into the sea. The Verdant Sea, or the lagoon at this point. Absolutely. You watch, they haven't gone too deep yet. There's a lot of rocks in this water, in this sea, but they're pretty much out of the fight as they're just trying to get back up before the Krezerin gets to them. Even this is a low Krezerin area, it is a risk. That being said, it is their turn. You see as the Queen of Claws is going to...
While she thinks of what she's doing, Apotheosis is going to turn to Flippin' Piite and say, "The ship is like me for you. It's head over heels." I think that's the phrase.
apparently I should have thrown this whisper at you guys ages ago. You're having a lot of fun with it. Oh.
It's a fully
You know that movie where that girl has that rock, that really shiny rock, and she's just like, oh, right, and she throws it into that water thing. That's me giving my heart to you.
Okay. I don't see a lot of movies because I end up smashing the player, but yeah, I think I know what you're trying to say. Yeah.
Just a cactus.
What movie was that a reference to?
They're talking about Titanic.
At the end, which is the big joke when that awful fucking human being, that horrific excuse, the villain of the story. You just made yourself the villain of the story. Okay. Oh.
That's supposed to be. James Cameron thinks it's romantic, dude.
It makes spent her whole life with a huge family, a loving husband, children, grandchildren, kept the freaking thing the whole time. She could have sold that shit, given her freaking kids and her grandkids a better freaking education, a better life. Okay, yeah, sure. And she could have moved her fucking ass off the goddamn door. But whatever. Could have traded places. Anyhow.
James Cameron thinks it's romantic, man.
James Cameron's a dummy.
All right, two things are going to happen. You guys see as Omashaw the Clawless yells out across the sea to the other ship, like, I totally know that your lover was on Kaiser Mesa, and I saw him. Don't think that 3-claw mark on that guy was, like, discreet or anything. As he yells over at the Never Sheath Claws, the Queen of Claws rebuttals, and you guys hear in you guys hear in Brass Tongue. Who speaks Brass Tongue in this group? No, I know one of you does.
Jake.
Flippin' Pete speaks Brass Tongue, but it's at 1 pip, so it's like very poor.
Okay, so you'll get a
have 1 pip.
Okay, so
he knows the cuss words.
Yeah, you know the cuss words. Since Flippin' Pete and Issa both have 1 pip, you guys get 2 words out of this. You guys hear 4 words, and it's something have, something understand. As she whispers out into the sea. And suddenly, all 4 of you, feeling this reality warping, start to hold your heads as your nose, whoever has a nose starts to run, or the equivalent of that. I don't think anybody actually has a nose in this group. But you feel sort of a throb of your heads as your vision starts to blur and the world splinters around the Queen's words. And when it reforms, you're somewhere else. In the cabin of a ship you don't know, many, many years probably before you were born, looking at sort of the age of the wood around you. There are 3 figures standing around a table in front of you. 2 of them you recognize. The first is the Queen herself, though she has none of that orange and black cloak and clothing she was wearing a moment ago. She's dressed like a hunter, kind of like how Killhook dresses almost, and has blood dripping from a fresh wound on her face. She's kneeling over another individual, an Ironbound that Apotheosis recognizes now as Westingmore, the name that he saw on the plaque in the shop, the map keeper from Kaiser Mesa. Westingmore's chest piece is torn open. Fragile soul's bits are leaking out of his iron-bound form, escaping into sort of almost a steam. There's a tiger. It looks like a tiger has done this, and you realize, thinking that you know and understand what a tiger is suddenly, and a tiger has done this damage. It's not obvious if it was deserved or not, these markings, but these people are fighting to keep Westingmore alive. The third person you don't recognize at all. It's a Ketra. They have purple skin, a beard of tentacles curling down from their chin. He's kneeling too, trying frantically to seal Westingmore's claw-torn carapace. You know that somehow he'll succeed, that this isn't the end of Westingmore. But the queen, or whoever she was before she was queen, has no such knowledge in this moment. There's tears running down her cheeks, mixing with the blood from the deep gashes she has. She shoves the Ketra away and stumbles to a bank of complex broadcasting equipment built up around the ship's helm. This is also a ship this is not the Never Sheath Claws that you're on right now. She grabs a microphone and screams curses and threats at the surrounding waves, at any tiger who might be listening, not caring whether they understand or not. But words have power, and amplified whispers even more so, as you are aware of what a yelled whisper will do. This one is an amplified yelled whisper. You hear her voice. "I'll hunt you down!" Her voice is hoarse, ragged. "Every one of you, I'll hunt you down one by one. There's nothing left of you until..." And you hear the whisper in her voice, the projection of it. "The world forgets you ever existed." The last thing you see as the reality warps around the world forgets whisper, and your reality reasserts itself where you were before in the middle of this battle, and a look of horror on this younger version of the queen's face, kind of looking out into the sea as she realizes what she's done. And you see or realize this is the moment when tigers ceased to exist ever, why nobody can remember or think or know what they are. And as you kind of do that, you come now back to yourselves at the end of this sort of adventure. You have the Never Sheath Claws nearly toppled over into the sea itself, and the queen sort of probably dangling from the helm and had yelled. You realize she had yelled, "You have to understand," a whisper at you in brass tongue. This is something that you haven't ever seen before. Again, this use of whispers and how it seems to change and alter with what language she's choosing to say the whisper in. Mechanically different. But yeah, I believe Issa and Flippin' Pete, you have a moment to choose to react to this, or it is your turn.
Whoa. Did that just happen? Like, what? Wait.
One of your hands is still tightly gripped in Apotheosis.
Oh, wait. I'm holding my hand. I'm holding... Apotheosis. Did you feel that?
Yeah, so did we see each other there, or was this like an individual experience?
You were all there together, but you know that you were invisible to the people in this sort of memory that she shared with you.
Right. Okay.
So you were absolutely still holding Flippin' Pete's hands throughout the whole thing, yes.
That was a really weird experience, but I recognized the Ironbound that they saved. That was the one you thought was dead.
Wow, that's kind of sad. I hope that doesn't, that's not our story, as I hold your hand tighter.
We're too awesome. It'll never happen.
Thumbs up. Oh, this is great. I'm quite chuffed by this. Okay. So you guys kind of have this moment of discussion. Issa, any sort of gut reaction as you also have an action still?
Is the Ketra still around, or has been...
That Ketra, that purple Ketra with the beard is not someone you have seen ever. Like, you, as a Ketra, probably naturally pay attention to other Ketra and see them around. The Ketra on the Never Sheath Claws is a blue one. They've got sort of dark blue clothes, and this one was very purple.
Are they still around, or did they fall into the WILDSEA?
Oh, yeah, they had grabbed the railing. I think they were close to falling.
Can I talk to them is what I'm getting at.
Oh, sure, yeah, you can yell at them. I'll say they're still holding onto the railing somehow. Or they're holding onto one of the long claw/teeth kind of figurines around the outside of the ship still.
So she's gonna yell to the Kedra. Why this ship? What did your soul tell you was going to happen?
And the Ketra will kind of like look back, holding onto this claw, over towards you and go like, we follow the queen. Like, we're gonna fix the world and we're gonna like get money while we do it.
That's all she's saying. She wanted to know if it was circumstance or... No.
That is the response. Now the never sheathed claws, you see the queen step or let go of the helm as she's going to kind of whip around and use her claw to try to grab the mast that's been pulled to the side. And she's going to pull herself up, and she's going to use her clawed hand to run it along the bones. You see, even as she does this, electricity starts to like creep up her ankles, but she doesn't react in pain or anything to it as she just starts to run up the run up the side of the mast and cut all the winch claws that are holding her ship down. You think she's going to try to right the ship. She doesn't appear to be going after you right now, but she seems to be in recovery mode for trying to get the Never Sheath claws back right side up. And you guys also see Omashaw yell, "Yeah, well, you know he survived, right?" Because as Omashaw was also there with you, he also felt you have to understand whisper. And you hear her yell back at him, he did not live. I held his ghost leaving his body with my fingers. He has not survived this."
Ironbound that I talked to?
Mm-hmm. That is the impression you get. If you recall, the Ironbound in the Mapkeeper's Kartoka was one with a large sort of scratch around his carapace on the outside of it.
No, Apotheosis is telling her that he talked to him.
Oh, sure. Do you want to roll me a persuasion if you have a language you'd like to lean into on this one? It's all good.
Does she speak every language?
Pretty much. It seems like she cares a lot about language, whispers, and being able to communicate with them. Yes.
All right,
one might say.
I'm going to use emotional manipulation, and I'll sign to her then who taught me how to speak sign language in sign language.
I like it.
I'm sorry, old hand.
Yes, I knew you were doing old hand or signaling. So if you're using old hand, how many pips do you have in old hand?
2.
Okay. And what sort of skill or edge would you be using with this one?
Probably instinct, because I can sense that she's either regretting or cares about him, one or the other.
Sure. And like usual, I'm going to give the languager as a bonus 2 dice. So if you'd like to apply a skill as well, even if it's a 1 pip, that would work. Or if you just want the edge because you don't feel like you have a skill, that also works.
I mean, I could just use sense since I also have intuit.
Yep.
Or it's
all right.
also got intuit on it.
So yeah, give me instinct, sense, and a +2 for having old hand.
Okay.
And just, don't roll like you normally do. Okay, you didn't. That is 266446. You watch as maybe out of the corner of her eye, she caught you starting to signal, and her eyes snap to your hands as you're doing this sort of sign language. And as her ship sort of decouples from this grappling hook and starts to tilt back over, and she allows herself to fall back onto the deck, she kind of just watches you intently. She's pulling her crew up off of the sea, but she's kind of got a hand up holding like a stop motion behind her as she's watching your crew a little bit. And she'll yell, you understand then. You understand the goal.
Like a revenge mission? That seems pretty obvious.
No. It's not a revenge.
Well,
I'm
not a complex person. That looks like revenge, so... You're mad about your friend, so you're killing everything that hurt your friend. It seems pretty straightforward to me. But I'm a simple man.
I'm not killing everything that hurt my friend. I'm collecting whispers to bring back the tigers because I made a mistake when I was younger.
Oh.
And my boyfriend died in the past. I don't know who taught you signaling. I don't know who taught you old hat, but he did not survive that mark I showed you.
Westingmore?
How do you know that name?
I talked to him.
Sort of true.
Apotheosis is fine with lying.
Yeah, that's fine. Because you rolled incredibly well with a twist, I'm going to say twist-wise, she seems to be coming around. She believes you believe those words. She's having a hard time sort of getting over the idea that Westingmore is alive, but she believes that you believe it, which is a step in the persuasion direction. She believes you. And she's sort of starting to stand down, and she's getting her crew not to board and attack. I need your whispers so I can get the tigers back. I think I have the right one, but if you have one better, I need it. And I will take it by any means.
He's just gonna look to the rest of the crew.
Issa, Flippyn, Piite, Killhook, anything you wanted to add to this moment? I think it's fair to say we're kind of out of combat at this time.
Yeah. I think Killhook would say, is like, lady, okay, you're destroying ships, you're pirating folk, you're harming people because of mistakes you made, you're compounding mistakes. We can destroy your ship, we can sink every one of your frickin' crew down so that they die from Crescent. But we're not going to do that right now, because I don't think we're enemies, so stop trying to make us one. And you're not getting our whispers, because if you try to take them without us offering them, then we're going to sink the ship as we could have done at any moment. Now, stand down and we can talk like civilized folk, or your mission ends here.
Oh, you think you're a big man? And she's kind of like...
I think we literally sank your ship, but you took like 30 actions on the last thing to somehow fix your rudder and pull people out. So I'm pretty sure your ship's still sinking, lady.
I didn't take 30 actions. I took a
Action
whisper,
surge.
and then,
You slid down, used a whisper, you cut mast, you righted the ship despite the fact that the rudder was
ship
busted,
is
and
not-
you helped a bunch of people, helped a bunch of people up out of the ground. No, you took like 30
she's
actions.
going to help. She hasn't. The crew is still in the sea. The rudder is still broken. The ship is still tilted. She just cut the winch claws and did the whisper. So two actions. Actually, no, she did the whisper, and then somebody else had an action, and then she cut the thing. Anyway, regardless, I am willing to talk. And I told you, I shared with you a story because you were winning the fight, and I need strong sailors to help me find I need to find a ship. I need to find the ship where I can broadcast and bring the tigers back.
We're good at finding things, so perhaps we can work out an arrangement. Right, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, like, what are you gonna do for us? I mean, you guys attacked us, like, I don't know, you guys don't seem pretty trustful. And he's gonna look at Apotheosis. He's like, right, Apotheosis?
That's a pretty ineffective attack, though, and he's like swinging his hand with your hand.
Yeah.
I will undo the whisper I did. If you would like. And she'll kind of switch to she's going to switch to liar bite, so anybody who has some understanding of that here's
I have one
until
pip.
yeah, you got one pip. You get some of the words. Until we meet again is a whisper she says in liar bite, and Apotheosis and Flippin' Piite. Your hearts don't beat as one anymore. You can let go of each other's hands if you wish, but that memory and that emotion was real to you, and you do still remember it.
Feel dead inside again, but thanks for helping me, Pete.
I wish I could melt that cold heart of yours. and Pete reluctantly let's go.
Okay, so yes, and she'll kind of look over at Omashaw. Queen of Pirates in a way. I am trying to find whispers, and I am trying to find the errant wish, because a crewmate of mine, the Ketra you saw in my memory, they have a ship that they broadcast from, and if I can get to them, and they will listen to me, I can broadcast a whisper that I believe will right the wrong of bring back the tigers.
Fine, we want to find DJ Maz too, so our interests align. Okay. Also, Queen, come on, like, seriously, a monarchical system? Do you know the implications that is? Like some sort of divine blood? Come on, what's wrong with you?
You wouldn't want to make yourself a royalty?
You're like a combination capitalist and monarch. It doesn't get much worse than that, mate. Call yourselves pirates. Come on now.
Well, we can have some enjoyment in life sometimes, but yes, you've won fair and square, in a way. Like a truce, if you will.
Not in a way. We won. We literally kicked your ass.
Same
and it's kind
amount of, you know.
Nope.
So,
We kicked your ass. We outsmarted you. We took the foot off the proverbial gas. Like, it could be a different outcome right now, you know?
Yeah.
Swallow your pride.
I will never swallow my pride. I will say we almost took equal ground. I will, however, willingly give you some of our cargo as recompense. I have a few curved blades I'm willing to hand out if you're interested, or apparently patterned wrappings are a big thing on my ship.
Like something you'd wrap a gift in?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said droppings. I'm like, she's offering a shit?
No,
That's what I heard too. I was like, bat droppings? Or like,
Yeah, like bat drop? I mean, Killhook would be like, yes, I will take the bat droppings. That sounds wonderful.
I'm willing to trade for some support if you're willing to help me find the errant wish. I have, yes, I can give each one of you a curved blade as salvage if you would like.
Killhook doesn't say no to blades. So
Okay.
blades and animal parts are, honestly, whenever we have like whatever, Christmas is for WildSea, you guys know, just to get him dead things and, well, they don't even have to be dead. They can be alive and then he can gut them. Like that's really what's all Sever's on his Christmas list.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I am. I will give one person one whisper if they would like.
I'll take that whisper.
You. How about? Change is inevitable.
Oh, I like that.
It's like
Yeah, I
making it
think-
rain pennies.
Maybe. Change
She
is
doesn't know.
inevitable.
She studies whispers
Maybe
and
it's
she doesn't know.
chains.
Oh.
It's like CHAINS. Chains is inevitable.
It could be, but I can. Okay, so if you're willing to help, obviously these are gifts because we ended the battle honorably on equal footing, and
No.
No,
Down
you
was up
surrendered.
for you. Down was up for you.
You-
Where's an equal
yeah.
footing? You have to have
You
the same type
yielded.
of...
Yes, you yielded.
I'm generously giving some items to my new friends for no reason because equal footing, and
Because if you didn't, you would probably be sinking even further and dying from Krezerin. So, like, literally, just it's okay. I mean, we've lost before. Not not often, but it happens. To the
Room for
best of
growth
everyone.
Is what killed
Yeah,
her.
that's
Exactly.
just good
You learn
sportsmanship.
from it. We'll give you some tips.
you hear Omashaw from like the back of your ship also yell, also we want to destroy your engine. Your engine is bad.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but
He's
I
a
mean,
stowaway, I
guess.
think.
He's a weird one. Like, I don't know. I think he's like, what's that? Dissociative identity.
You guys
know?
like
'Cause
totally
he-
think I'm your best friend now.
Yeah, he had like one personality, and then he just radically changed his personality.
You're paying
Even
me a
his
lot.
voice changed. It was really, and he keeps thinking he's getting paid. He's not getting paid. He tells us he's unhireable, and then thinks he's got leverage about being hired. But I don't understand it. I kind of feel bad for him.
Give him a
to be
curved
honest.
sword so he's got his payment. It's just...
There you go.
Sure. You can have a cord of sword. Omershaw, fuck off! They do clearly know each other. You realize Omershaw is wearing the similar clothes to her, except he's dyed it blue and white instead of the orange and black. But looking at them side by side, you realize it's the same fabric with the same pattern. He's just changed the colors slightly and pretended not to be a pirate. Okay, yes. Also, okay, if you help me, how about this? Because we shared gifts as equal grounded friends, I can, if you help me find the errant wish, I will teach you about whispers. I've studied them for many, many years. I am much older than I look. And looking at her, she does look like an ardent who's maybe in her mid-30s, right? She's not old looking by any means, but she looked very similar in the memory of her that you saw. Like, she hasn't aged. So you're not sure when that was, but looking at her now, sure, she's got that scar where it was a bloody wound on the day that you saw her at, and it's a healed scar now, but she hasn't aged.
You're like one of those ardents that takes your children's blood so that your blood supply is young forever. I hear
No,
a
that's
thing.
That's really creepy. Well, who would do that?
Psychopaths.
Yes, I would think so, yes. But I can teach you how to use whispers in different languages and their effects if you agree to help. It's called the WILDSEA Roleplaying. It's a way of speaking a whisper. Make them have a specific punch that you're looking for.
That sounds super. Hey, since we're such good friends now and you know a bit about tigers,
Yes.
Do you know how to prevent our ship from becoming a tiger?
And she'll kind of like look over the railing towards your ship. Clearly, you're just yelling from deck to deck. Yes, you got the Tigerine curse. When I was a hunter, many years ago, I lived in a village with my boyfriend at the time, called Hammerstrike Bay. It's a place that maybe you've never heard of. It's really rare to have heard of it.
We've heard of it a few times.
what?
Yeah, it's a tiger hunting settlement. Yeah, it's okay. People went missing, all that sort of thing.
No, they didn't go missing exactly. When I yelled, the whisper, when I yelled for people to forget, people that then hunted tigers also had to forget why they were there, or they weren't able to exist because of how much tigers embedded in their existence. Some of them disappeared, some of them forgot and just could not remember anything ever again and moved to the Mesa. And others, I think just wasted away.
So if we go to Hammerstrike Bay, we can, reverse the curse, so to speak.
Yes, at Hammerstrike Bear, this is the Tigerine curse. It's something that there should be a book there, information on how to reverse it. It's something that I had seen before. It's been many years. I don't quite recall. I'm shocked. That's really only if like a spirit of a tiger enters your ship that happens.
Yeah, we were hanging out with a tiger spirit back on the mesa during the little tiger dance thing they did. It got a little weird, Not like, fun weird. Kind of like, frightening weird,
Why? What happened?
Oh, yeah, there's like some like big spirit tiger thing kind of came out. It was like kind of attacking people. People ran away, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Just randomly? All right, that's weird.
I don't know, it wasn't random. We were doing we were doing some sort of dance or something, singing and whatnot, that
Shoving
kind of
berries
thing.
in orifices. I didn't partake because I don't need to.
I mean, we took care of the problem. It's not an issue, it's the sort of thing we kind of do. Yeah.
Okay, well, look, we need to find the errant whisper. I don't know what happened with the festival, but that's super weird as well. And if you want to, I guess, get your ship, because eventually it's going to turn into a giant tiger. If you allow it to progress too far, and you definitely won't be able to have it as a ship anymore.
How far has it progressed? You seem to know a lot about this. Give us a percentage.
If you could put it into a number,
And she'll kind of reach out a hand and rub it against your hull, and you realize that the striped pattern has become almost like fur around the outside of it. Probably 50%.
Oh, okay.
All right.
If I shave the ship, will that reduce it?
No, the hair will probably grow back very quickly because it's a curse.
All right, so we're going to get your ship back up, and we're going to sail off together, You keep the captaincy of your ship, of course.
Yes.
This being 2 ships now, I'll go ahead and take the Commodore position as being in charge of the fleet. We'll head off to this Hammerstrike Bay, make sure we get this book, and then we're going to hunt down the Wish. Here we go. Got a plan? Sounds like a good plan, doesn't it?
I think
Everybody who has a functional ship, you go ahead and vote right now. No, a functional ship.
My ship, yeah, okay. It's mostly functional. I join once I get it right way up.
I didn't say mostly. I said functional.
However, I think as the alternate commodore of this fleet.
No, as Commodore, I very much take great consideration into the thoughts and feelings of my subordinates. So please share.
Well, I think I have gotten pretty close at tracking the signal for the errant wish. There's a bounce tower somewhere close by that I'm going to take a look at to see if we can discern the signal, and I really don't want to stop just because your ship is mostly a tiger.
Right. Yeah, but you see, we're working together and we don't want our ship to suddenly turn into the tiger in a very inopportune time.
I mean,
and
our
if it
ship
did
almost
that,
destroyed yours when it wasn't a tiger, so imagine when it becomes one, it'd probably just turn your ship into a scratching post.
Right, exactly. Like, we actually took our foot off the gas, as I've already said, and showed some, took to higher ground and everything like that. Tiger won't necessarily do that, just can't keep ripping you apart, that sort of thing.
Oh, yes, I know. I remember tigers. I'm one of the few that does. And,
right, that's why you're a very valuable subordinate in the fleet.
I believe I'm an alternate commodore at this point.
It's not alternate. That's not really how it works.
Sure,
you're a captain of your ship.
I'm almost a captain of this ship.
Subject to orders of those who are superior to you, which is...
I'm sure that
we voted on it and everything. All your people are down there, so you were outvoted. Sorry.
Yes, but I have many whispers, and if you want me to help you learn how to use your whispers better, I think that we should. Look. It's the bounce tower is definitely just somewhere. And she'll turn, and you guys can see from the open door where the crew was starting to come out, there is a room with a few blinking lights and electronics in it, and you realize probably one of them has a rod of metal coming out of it, and you watch as it, or not watch, and you see as it pokes out from the back of that room that it's in, and it's a radio tower that they seem to be using to try to find whatever bounce towers are. And so the signal has been getting weak, but the bounce tower is close by, and if we can get it functioning, then we can use it to then find where its signal is originating from, and it's so close. But yes, fine. Hammerstrike Bay is way over there, and you're looking at probably another day's travel, almost to the outside of the Splinter Kiln. I can point you in there.
Fair enough. We can go ahead and take a peek at this thing nearby. Imagine if you would have just focused on your mission and actually checked that out instead of deciding for no particular reason just to freaking attack us,
To make sure you did not have a better whisper for bringing tigers back.
Right, that is an extremely small percentage chance for that to actually... Can you imagine for a second, how infinitesimal... It's not like looking for a needle in a haystack. It's like looking for a needle in a stack of needles.
Yes.
And that's basically what it is.
Which is why we attack every ship that we see that has potentially wild sailors who have potentially collected whispers, because it's a needle in a stack of needles. I agree.
Right, and this kind of decision-making is why you're not Commodore. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying I am the alternate Commodore in this situation.
No, probably Apotheosis will take over. He'll probably be that, and then probably Issa, and then Piite, then probably Uznik. You'll definitely ahead of Omashal. Take comfort in that. He's freaking crazy. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
He's in the background swinging the sword. See, I totally did get paid, so there.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Good boy.
Okay, look, it's if we can figure out if you just follow me to the bounce tower, then maybe we can figure it out. Yes, okay, Hammerstrike Bay is just over there. Do you have a map of the area?
I think so.
I think we have something, right?
I think
We have a
we have
claw-marked
a
chart.
map of the area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here is another thing then that I will give you as an equal, if you say equal Commodore in this party.
You're not. It's not how it works. There's a single Commodore in charge.
Well, I think we can be equal Commodores because then I will share information with you.
Are there multiple queens on your ship? Okay, I rest my case. Anyhow.
And she pulls out a piece of paper, and you can add frustrated sketch to somebody's charts as she sketches out like roughly where the mesa is, where she believes the sort of bounce tower is, and she also gives you an idea of where Hammerstrike Bay is. In terms of your direction, and I will. There you go. There's my beautiful.
Who's taking the chart?
There you are. So you get frustrated.
I'll take
chart.
it.
Okay.
I usually
Sketch.
do the
Yeah, that makes
stuff.
sense.
So you have a frustrated sketch of the area. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, look, so the mesa is here. We're in the Splinter Clean, which is just down here. We're right next to the wreck of the, whoops, where did that go?
Canderous.
Canderous, thank you. And the bounce tower is just over there. And then if you keep going, you can see the Hammerstrike Bay is actually just right here on the other side of the Splinter Clean.
So the tower is on the way to Hammerstrike Bay.
Yes, technically, yes.
Yeah, you probably should have just led with that, but alright. Yeah.
Okay, fine. The tower is on the way to Hammerstrike Bay. If we can take a look at
Alright,
it.
so I guess we should probably get going to this bounce tower, right? Let's get the rest of your people up.
She
He's very efficient at
grumbles.
his work.
Yeah, she'll grumble at this, but she does want to get her people out of the water. You watch as they grab ropes probably from, or she'll start to pull ropes out from under deck and tie them to a part, probably the mast that didn't break. She'll tie them to around the mast and throw them down into the sea. And you can see some of them have that yellow glow of Krezerin touched skin. But most of them seem to have held on to branches and the sides of, well, the claws on the sides of the ship and aren't doing too poorly. But some of them you can see not mutated, but Krezerin exposed. Absolutely. And she'll kind of start to navigate everybody towards the bounce tower. So this is set up many years ago. We used to not bother with them. We didn't need to worry about them, but they haven't been maintained for some reason. And Uvnich will actually, yes, we noticed that in the mesa as well. We were very worried. Yes. So I think they're damaged, and I think I have the right whisper. So if we can fix this one and figure out, triangulate where the original signal is coming from, then I think that we'll be able to find the errant wisp and just fix all of this mess that we made 50 years ago, you know?
We is in like your particular ship, right?
Right.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
be the Commodore
But-
for that.
Right. Apotheosis, though, given the fact that we have taken her into our fleet, it's only right for us as responsible leadership, Commodore, etc., to actually say we. So I think it makes sense. Yeah.
Now, ignoring you for a moment,
That's
If
not a
you-
good thing when superior officer. But that's fine. Continue.
well, since we're traveling for a few hours to get to this bounce tower on the way to Hammerstrike Bay, sure, I will tell you about translating a whisper. When you translate the whisper and you're using it as part of a something that exists, if you do it in low sour, it's going to have a sort of general effect. But if you want a specific one, you can actually use, for example, knock is if you want the whisper to be more emergent or mysterious. or unbreakable, or you can use brass tongue if you want calculations or weight, sort of unexpected deals coming to fruition. It's better. So it's the language that you use that represents it is actually able to flavor the whisper and will change the actual effect of how it deals with the reality warping. I know a lot of people think it's really quite the fool's errand to study whispers, but I need to understand the sort of the poetry of them to be able to create, or not even create, to better affect and reverse the whisper that I spoke in Low Sour that destroyed the tiger. So this is something that I like to understand a lot of. And she'll kind of go off a little bit more on sort of the meaning of whispers and how she's studied them and where she is studied them. And yes, okay, so the reason Omushaw is pissed off is because my engine is called the Wordbreaker, and it does eat whispers, which does cause bad effects of reality. But we're going to bring the tigers back, so it's all good.
You're a capitalist, you're a monarchy, and now you're an industrialist on top of it.
Yeah, you're polluting reality, and why did you pivot so quickly at the end there? If you know you're damaging reality, why do you keep doing it?
As soon as we get the tigers back, then we get to stop doing a bunch of these things.
Oh, so the ends justify the means? Is that
Yes.
how you approach things? I see.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And as you guys are having this discussion, your radio on your deck starts to frizz, and can somebody give me a 2d6 quickly, please? Nope. Alex, you want to give me 2d6?
Go for it, Alex.
You got too hot and
Sorry.
had to take your hat off?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty summer right now.
Did I
have,
hear
like, the
you?
windows
Saturdays with the
open.
vest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have
Oh,
the
yeah.
windows open and the fan on, and I'm just like,
I turned mine off so that the AC
I'm
wouldn't.
so
64.
dumb.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
triumph.
The radio starts to spark, and a loud screeching of different birds suddenly comes through the speakers, maybe gulls. It kind of sounds familiar to the long-beaked ones that you have been hearing recently. Starts to blast out of these speakers, and the volume increases as you realize you're getting closer to a what is called a bounce tower, and you see in front of you a long sort of spiraling bit of metal, a tower of salvaged iron and poorly insulated wiring, studded with multiple concave dishes and spindle-like antennas, just a mesh of pre-verdant metals. And unfortunately, you can see around it nests and nests of juggernaut thistles. You see them, maybe about 5 of them near the base of this tower, just kind of mingling around as their brains on full display enjoy the full blast of the waves of audio sound coming from this damaged bounce tower. And you can see some of the dishes, they're just curled up and using them as nests. And that is, with that vision and problem, going to be the end of our session for tonight. Okay.
Oh man.
Awesome.
Wow, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
You were
All
need
right.
somewhere to live, apparently.
I'll just assign my subordinate to take care of it.
No, we're equal footing. Equal footing. I
It's really
equally won and equally lost that.
Okay, Grand
I cannot
Commodore.
believe how handily that ship turned over for us.
You guys got some
we
ridiculously
dominated.
good rolls.
We got great rolls. Yeah.
Your
got
rolls
great
were just good. And sure, yeah, I maybe squished a few things just to make sure that the information got out,
Man. Anyhow, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Good.
Jeff, you
Yeah.
even though it's hot, you do still need to think. So, what's going on?
Well, let's start with Maitre, where can we find you on the internet?
My 3 plays games on YouTube where I make system agnostic or multi-system real-time content that centers the human play phase.
Fantastic. As for us, I'm been told by Steven I need to do this kind of stuff. I am making a game. You all, if you've been watching this channel for the past year or so, you know that I've been doing this. It's called We're in Danger. We've been testing out on stream a bunch. It is up on itch if you want to try out the development copy. But it is coming to BackerKit later this year. I've put up the teaser page, and you can grab the link in the chat. Thank you, Griff. Yeah, if you want to be, if you want to get reminded and get some updates and stuff, we're probably not going to launch till like October-ish. I think that's the plan, because it's sort of a horror disaster game, one shots, cinematic stuff. It's just for like a quick fun night. So if you want to take a look at that, we got all new art coming from our very own Three-Eyed Cat, who hangs out in our community all the time. Yeah, so take a look at that. If you're interested, that'd be great. And then in terms of our streams, next up is Thursday. We got some Coriolis. You can see Kipser and I in that. I think we're off this weekend with One Ring, so we don't have any One Ring on Saturday, but normally we'll be playing One Ring on Saturdays. Monday, we've got Legend of the Mist. And then Tuesday, we'll be back for more WILDSEA. And I think that's it. Yeah, we're all good? Okay.
Yep.
We'll raid someone here in a second, so have a great rest of your night, everybody. We'll see you all later.
Happy
Bye-bye.
sailing.